Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. It is your boy JD. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all having a great week so far. You know, the amount of times I've said this already at the beginning of my videos this year, I'm not gonna lie, I've lost count. 2024, what is going on? It is insane. These last few days, there has been a lot of speculation, as you can tell by the title or thumbnail of this video, around Tucker Carlson, because he has taken a trip to Russia and people went crazy instantly because the assumption was he wasn't just there to sightsee and take a couple of shots of Russian vodka, but he was there to potentially interview Vladimir Putin, which is crazy when you think about it. The thought of Tucker Carlson, who is obviously first and foremost from America, the tensions there, very outspoken, ready to ask questions that nobody would dare ask. Managing to get an interview with a world leader like this, it's unheard of, and it has been unheard of for the last 2 years or so. No Western journalist has been able to interview Vladimir Putin, and now we have Tucker Carlson confirming that he is in fact interviewing Vladimir Putin. Yes, he put an end to the speculation on X with a video that already has, at the time of making this video, 71 million views. So already you can tell that this interview, when it drops, is going to be one of the biggest interviews we have ever seen. The numbers that is going to do, boy, and it's, I imagine, only going to be on X as well. I don't think other platforms like YouTube, maybe Facebook, whatever, are going to keep it up on there. They'll take it down instantly. So that also shows you what X is doing with the platform at the minute as well. But let's just all take a listen at what Tucker Carlson had to say in the video where he confirmed that he is interviewing Vladimir Putin. Let's get into it.
We're in Moscow tonight. We're here to interview the president of Russia, Vladimir Putin. We'll be doing that soon. There are risks to conducting an interview like this, obviously, so we thought about it carefully over many months. Here's why we're doing it. First, because it's our job. We're in journalism. Our duty is to inform people. 2 years into a war that's reshaping the entire world, most Americans are not informed. They have no real idea what's happening in this region, here in Russia or 600 miles away in Ukraine. But they should know. They're paying for much of it in ways they might not fully yet perceive. The war in Ukraine is a human disaster. It's left hundreds of thousands of people dead, an entire generation of young Ukrainians, and it's depopulated the largest country in Europe. But the long-term effects are even more profound. This war has utterly reshaped the global military and trade alliances, and the sanctions that followed have as well. And in total, they have upended the world economy. The post-World War II economic order, the system that guaranteed prosperity in the West for more than 80 years, is coming apart very fast, and along with it, the dominance of the US dollar. These are not small changes. They are history-altering developments. They will define the lives of our grandchildren. Most of the world understands this perfectly well. They can see it. Ask anyone in Asia or the Middle East what the future looks like. And yet the populations of the English-speaking countries seem mostly unaware. They think that as nothing has really changed. And they think that because no one has told them the truth. Their media outlets are corrupt. They lie to their readers and viewers. And they do that mostly by omission. For example, since the day the war in Ukraine began, American media outlets have spoken to scores of people from Ukraine, and they've done scores of interviews with Ukrainian President Zelensky. We ourselves have put in a request for an interview with Zelensky, and we hope he accepts. But the interviews he's already done in the United States are not traditional interviews. They are fawning pep sessions specifically designed to amplify Zelensky's demand that the U.S. enter more deeply into a war in Eastern Europe and pay for it. Most Americans have no idea why Putin invaded Ukraine or what his goals are now. They've never heard his voice. That's wrong. Americans have a right to know all they can about a war they're implicated in, and we have the right to tell them about it because we are Americans too. Freedom of speech is our birthright. We were born with the right to say what we believe. That right cannot be taken away no matter who is in the White House. But they're trying anyway. Anyone can watch the entire thing, shot live to tape and unedited, on our website, tuckercarlson.com. Elon Musk, to his great credit, has promised not to suppress or block this interview once we post it on his platform, X, and we're grateful for that. Western governments, by contrast, will certainly do their best to censor this video on other less principled platforms because that's what they do. They are afraid of information they can't control.
Man, I don't know what timeline we're living in. I really don't. All I know is because it's pretty obvious when this comes out, It is going to break the internet. Everybody is going to be talking about it for many, many reasons. As I said, the video he posted where he just confirmed that he's interviewing Vladimir Putin has 71 million views. The numbers, that's going to be crazy. Again, I don't know how you managed to get an interview like this. I haven't even spoken about the safety risks involved when interviewing, world leaders. The amount of precautions they must have taken is unimaginable, but at the end of the day, regardless of how people feel towards Tucker, because as we know, leftists, liberals, the mainstream media don't like him, is this not real journalism, not the modern day journalism we see today where our news is just flooded with crap we don't care about? But people like Tucker Carlson who are going to go out of their way to create interviews like this and ask these world leaders certain questions that people want answers to. People want answers towards the Ukraine war. It's affecting everybody financially, geographically. I mean, this is the stuff people who are invested in politics and what's going on in the world want to watch and listen to. Now, this isn't the first time he tried to interview Vladimir Putin. I believe he tried to in 2021, but at the same time, allegations came around that he was being spied on. NSA watchdog to investigate Tucker Carlson's allegations he was spied on. The National Security Agency's Inspector General announced Tuesday that it is investigating allegations that the NSA improperly targeted the communications of a member of the US media. Why it matters: Fox News host Tucker Carlson claimed in June that a whistleblower had informed him NSA was monitoring his electronic communications in an attempt to take this show off the air. The agency issued a statement at the time saying Carlson has never been an intelligence target. What they're saying: the OIG is examining NSA's compliance with applicable legal authorities and agency policies and procedures regarding collection, analysis, reporting, and dissemination activities, including unmasking procedures, and whether any such actions were based upon improper considerations, NSA Inspector General Robert Storch said in a statement. Between the lines, Carlson was speaking with US-based Kremlin intermediaries about setting up an interview with Vladimir Putin shortly before he accused the National Security Agency of spying on him.
Almost 3 years ago, the Biden administration illegally spied on our text messages and then leaked the contents to their servants in the news media. They did this in order to stop a Putin interview that we were planning. Last month, we're pretty certain they did exactly the same thing once again. But this time, we came to Moscow anyway.
Now, if that is true, I guess that is just the price you pay for doing interviews like this, but naturally, as you would imagine, with this news coming out that Tucker Carlson is doing this interview, the mainstream media and left-leaning people aren't happy about this whatsoever. CNN posted this article saying Tucker Carlson is in Russia to interview Putin. He's already doing the bidding of the Kremlin. The Independent say Tucker Carlson interviews Putin in Moscow after years of anti-Ukraine vitriol. Bill Kristol says on X, perhaps we need a total and complete shutdown of Tucker Carlson re-entering the United States until our country's representatives can figure out what is going on. CNN again aren't too happy about this, and they go on to say the following in a segment on live TV.
A massive shakeup in Kyiv coming as Putin is trying to court the MAGA GOP in the United States. In fact, one of the leaders of the MAGA GOP is in Moscow tonight. It's the man you see here with the MAGA leader Donald Trump, Tucker Carlson. Possibly there in Moscow to interview Putin. Definitely there as a Putin-supporting celebrity.
What?
All I'm going to say is, and this is just the facts, all of these people in the mainstream media who are complaining about Tucker doing this interview, if they were given the chance to do the same thing, if somebody came to them and said, hey, look, you're going to do this interview, are they going to turn it down? Of course not. So it's not about who's being interviewed, it's about who is doing the interviewing. As they know, Tucker Carlson isn't going to ask questions that have been carefully and meticulously, printed out for him. He's going to perhaps, as I've said, ask questions that people would like to hear and want answers to. Again, it's just so strange to me that Tucker Carlson, is doing this interview with everything going on. But leave your thoughts down below, ladies and gentlemen, on what is going on. What are your thoughts on Tucker Carlson interviewing Vladimir Putin? I'd like to know. If you have enjoyed, make sure to leave a like rating. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video, comment on this video, share this video. But until next time, it has been your boy JD. Have a great day, stay safe, and I'm out. Peace.